Hi, everyone. Welcome to another Meet the 818 interview. Today, we have the founders of So Cal Filipinos Group, Mr. John Erick Pabalan and Mr. Jason Lustina. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hello. Good to see you.
I know. And I got your names right. Yay for me.
Round of applause.
Yay.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for coming in on the show. As Jason knows and John knows, or as both of you guys know, I've been like bugging you guys to, hey, come on, I just want to interview you. Let's just have a conversation for like the longest time. And I will tell you why. I wasn't aware of the group until probably a couple months ago. I think when John reached out and said, hey, we're 818 locals. I'm like, no way, because I was thinking you guys were in San Diego. So when he said you guys were local, and then I met Jason at Cafe Aficionado as brown baked.
Yes. Yes. And a lot of people don't even know about the face behind brown bake because my Instagram feed is more about the food, not about me.
Exactly, but it's so good. The cookies, the desserts, amazing. But that's an interview for another time.
We already did an interview, so.
That's true, but I think it would be cool if we did like a video in your kitchen and like do a process of how you make your goodies and how you come up with it. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, we could do that. Let's do that.
All right, perfect. So guys, tell me about So Cal Filipinos. How did it start? What inspired you to start it?
Yeah, with So Cal Filipinos, it was born out of the pandemic. I mean, everybody was stuck at home, and a lot of people were, going to social media to find that connection. And there wasn't a group that I felt that catered to the Filipino-American outlet or population. So it was just on a whim where John Erick and I actually met through another group. I was like, hey, I'm gonna start this group. What do you think? And I didn't think that it would latch on. And I mean, just to see the progress that we've had, we started in June of 2020. We're just a little bit over a year, and now there's 23,000 members. I mean, you could see the membership is really active. I mean, there's a lot of comedy memes, but we also try to keep things we try to do topics that are in relation to our Filipino-American experiences. So, you'll see that we've, like a couple months after the formation, we started doing online workshops, whether it's cooking or Philippine history or Filipino-American history, language, learning about, Babayin or Alibata, however you want to say it. And now it's kind of evolved into more like the entertainment space where we're interviewing panels of like upcoming projects. We were one of the big supporters of the Nurse Unseen documentary and their fundraising. So we're trying to run the gamut: entertainment, education, just try to keep the everything active and interesting within the group.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
John Erick, anything you want to add?
No, that's pretty much it. And what we also did was we highlight prominent SoCal Filipinos in the area. And the most recent ones that we've been highlighting is actually Chef Val.
Yeah.
She's been becoming like a trailblazer.
Oh my gosh, she's so amazing.
Yeah, I actually just spoke to her on the phone like an hour ago. And I was at her event on Monday. So it was great to honor her, especially the work that she's doing, being the first Filipina, female executive chef at the restaurant in Los Angeles, in Hollywood, at Yamashiro. It was great that Mix, Global, so shout out to Mix for highlighting her story. I mean, it's an important story to hear, the immigrant story and why her parents left and came to the States, and they had to work hard to make sure that their kids have a future and they could reach the goals that they wanted, which couldn't be done at home. So, which is a lot of our stories, which is why, like, again, with So Cal Filipinos, we wanted a way to connect the community, both, Philams and Filipino immigrants, especially being here in Southern California. Although if you look at the membership, it's not more than just Southern California. We actually have a good contingency from the Philippines who want to be connected to the Filipinos here in the States.
Yeah, no, it's a good membership mix. And I like how you guys have shined a spotlight into the diverse sections of the Filipino American experience, not just cultural, but it's also mainstream, but it's also you know, as you said, your funny memes, hilarious.
Well, that's not me. That's all John Erick. He's the brains behind those memes, which, you know, it's crazy to see like the traction we got. I mean, there was one. I mean, John Erick, if you want to talk about it, the steak one. I mean, it was shared like so many times. It was crazy how viral that went.
Yeah, I think the popular memes are the steak ones. You know how Filipinos like their steaks well done, and I think the second one is when Filipinos like to use their feet to grab things on the floor rather than bending down and using their hands. So I think that's a second popular one.
Oh, I'm so guilty of that.
Well, and also when we look at the beginnings of it, and I didn't really think that, again, we would grow so fast. I mean, for a year and to be a little bit over a year to be at 23,000. If you look at the very first posts, they were all memes. Yeah. They were all memes. And then, I mean, as time goes on, I mean, although we're only a little bit over a year old, it still continues to evolve into like different things and different avenues where we're making sure that we're addressing issues that are affecting or that are of interest to the Filipino American experience.
Exactly. And I haven't quite gotten to the beginning of your meme. I think I've scrolled down like 4 months in, like 4 months prior to, I have a lot of scrolling down to do still, but the content is just, again, it's not one size fits all. It's, you guys cover, a lot of ground, and it's like for a year, for a group that's only been there for a year, I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, if you look at the other groups that are like, that have like those big numbers, it's taken them a couple of years and we've caught up so quickly. I mean, there are groups who've been around for 2, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, who are barely hitting like the 30, 40,000 mark. And we're like right there with a little bit over a year. Again, like if you want to look at the older memes, just go to our Instagram. We just started it like a couple of months ago. That's gained traction so quickly too. It's just amazing to see like the power of virality and the power of social media in connecting our community.
That's and also I want to bring up in regards to our content, check out our YouTube page, because the thing is, I'm sorry, YouTube channel, because a lot of our our videos are there. All the videos that Jason mentioned earlier, including like panels with Filipinos in animation, Filipinos in dance, they're all there. And I suggest, everyone go check them out. And it's very, very informative.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome.
And actually inspiring too. They inspire me.
All right, we'll have to check that out. So what do you guys attribute your success to? Being in just a year, 23 followers in your community. Like, what do you think gave that push or that success?
It's really all thanks to our membership, really. Like the power, again, I said this earlier, the power of virality and like finding that connection. It sparked an interest in one person and just continually spread. I mean, there was one time we were like excited, like, ooh, we just hit 1,000. And next thing you know, we're like, oh, we hit 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. Like, we didn't think these numbers would come. I mean, because, again, we just did this on a whim. We just wanted a place for us to like connect with our community. When we say community, originally we thought it would just be just our friends, but, we're friends, just like any good business, you could say like, the word spreads and one tells another, and, there's the invite button and people just end up inviting their whole network. And that's what we're finding that also like with like Instagram, with some of the memes, people are sharing it to their stories and we see that. So it's just great to see that the community wants an outlet and we're providing that for them.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing. Seeing that you guys have done this for a year, what's been your top five most memorable features or highlights, or even like top 5 favorite memes?
So I'm not gonna say my favorite. I'm gonna say my one favorite moment that happened within the group. So this was early on. I want to say it was like maybe in the fall. There was a woman who was looking for her long lost relative.
Oh wow.
I believe she lived in LA and they had to move away. They lost touch with that person. She did a post with some photos asking if anybody knew them, and they've been looking for them. A couple of weeks go by, they actually located that person, and then like a month later, they actually were reunited. So that's one of the greatest things that I'm so proud of the group, is actually making those connections. And really, we talk about that a lot about So Cal Filipinos, is connecting other Filipinos. And with that instance, they were able to find a long lost loved one and reconnect. So that was like the proudest moment. I mean, that's the top moment. And I think that trumps everything else that we've been doing, just knowing that we were able to help facilitate that.
Oh man, that's awesome. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, no. And she shared the pictures of their, reunion. So it was wonderful to see that.
Oh man, yeah, no, that's great. That's like, those just pull at your heartstrings. That's not even like a cultural thing. It's just a human experience when you help something or someone find someone, and it's just great. Sorry, go ahead. Next one.
Yeah, and actually seeing the Bayanihan spirit amongst our members is actually, I think, to me, the highlight. For example, there was this lady, she is an elderly lady, she's homeless. And actually one of the members actually housed her. And like the help for her suddenly just snowballed until, she got like a permanent residency, permanent residence.
Oh,
So,
wow.
just seeing like Filipinos pull through when someone needs help. I think that's like my highlight. Every time I see like a topic like that comes up in the group. So to me, that's always a highlight, like
Oh, wow.
helping each other, just like one of the ones that Jason mentioned.
Yeah, that's awesome, guys. Are you ever going to do follow-up features on them and say like 2 years from now, this is what happened? Like, I think that'd be awesome, just to kind of like,
Yeah.
That'd be great contact. I mean, obviously, we'd love to like keep in touch with them and just see like where they are now. So it's a good idea. Great. It could be more feature interviews that we have.
Yeah, you can have a section that says, where are they now? We'll see the echo now. I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean, just talk about like the Bayanihan and just like the support that we have from the members. It's also given us like connections to people who have recognized like the reach that we do have. I mean, we work closely with Mix Global. We work closely with Philam Arts, with G-Tonji. So people are recognizing So Cal Filipinos, which is still weird to me, just because, it's, again, we started as a little group, but people say, oh my gosh, So Cal Filipinos, I'm a member. I actually, at the dentist, the receptionist was like, oh, I've been watching you. I am a member of So Cal Filipinos. I was like, that's great. Which is so funny, just, and like sometimes we wear our shirts out, people recognize like, oh, how do I get that shirt? Oh, you're from So Cal Filipinos.
Yeah, that happened at Seafood City.
Yeah. Do they really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run down to Seafood City really quickly, grab a shirt.
No. I'm saying
we were
wearing it at Seafood City, and then someone asked us.
Oh. I'm sorry. I thought you said you sell it at Seafood City, so I was like,
No.
that's awesome.
We were just there. We were just there with our shirts on, and people were recognizing us and like recognizing that logo. So yeah.
Oh man, it's a good logo. And like you guys have been doing a lot of like really good features and collaborations like lately. I think you guys posted about the doctor that was the model for the Barbie doll. I forgot her name. I'm so sorry.
Last name is Cruz. That's
Yeah. No, that's the other thing is like, we also now realize that people do come to us as a source of information. So we do try to stay on top of like anything that's happening. Like as of recent, obviously, there was a lot of news about the Olympics. So we were watching the boxing matches. We were watching the gymnastics with Yulo. So we just want to make sure that, we were able to report on that. So yeah, we pretty much stay up to date or on like things that are happening that are not just affecting Filipinos in Southern California, but also worldwide.
Yeah, that was awesome. Oh my gosh, I got chills like just watching all of those events, like the fencing, even the volleyball with the Filipino center. Oh my gosh.
Well, it's funny now because like, you know, we did an interview with Rex Navarrete and like Maria Nieto interviewed him, and you know, they were saying like, you know, Filipinos are being recognized, and they were using the terms like time to wake up, don't sleep on us, gising na, everybody, Filipinos are here. We're being recognized for our accomplishments. So we want to make sure we highlight those accomplishments, because you know what, the people are waking up and noticing our community.
Yeah, no, that's a great thing. Like I was actually, my first interview in Zoom was with Mia Manansala. She's the author of Arsenic and Adobo. If you guys haven't gotten your copy yet, go for it. There's just a certain thrill when you see "Oh My Gulay" on an actual book, like an actual page. You know, but then from then on, like reading her book, there's just this stream of other Filipino writers, and you know, it's just one thing leads to another, and it's like it's awesome. You just, you know, and I was telling her during our interview, it's just nice to see the Filipino experience, or just a Filipino, or being represented as a culture, having an adventure in a book. You know, not so much with the trauma or the heaviness, but just an adventure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good stuff. So what do you guys have planned in the future? Are we gonna have a meetup? Are we, you know, October is gonna be coming around soon, depending on how this whole Delta variant plays out. But,
yeah, we actually have started partnering with events to do meetups. We actually already have had a couple. We've designated like the field market when they did the first Saturday. We were there. We had about like, I think there was like 40 or to 50 people there. Rex Navarrete, when he performed at the Brea Improv, there was 40 people there. We also did Rewind, which was like a club, and Mario, he's not Filipino, but the event is produced by Filipinos, and he was there. So we're starting to do in-person meetups. Obviously, we're taking into account like the safety, and want to make sure that, you know, it's an event that we want to bring together, bring our community together safely. I know there is a hunger, no pun intended, for a potluck, which I know everybody would want to come to, but not just yet. And we've also had members that have wanted to host stuff at their home, but obviously, again, you know, with everything that's going on, we want to make sure that everybody's safe. So we're slowly going to be rolling out these meetups. You know, we do have a huge partnership with FanFest, which is happening during Filipino American History Month. And then, you know, we're going to go back to doing our online panels, obviously. I mean, we have a few more cooking demos. We're confirming Kissa for Ninongs and many others. So yeah, no, just stay tuned. And we're also a benefiting partner for Cosmocon, which is the cosmetics convention, where we're curating a section and a panel for that event geared towards Filipinos. So there's a lot more things that will be happening. So just really stay tuned. And we're also, I'm not sure if you know, but So Cal Filipinos is now a nonprofit. So we are registered 501c3. So if anybody would like to make donations so that we could continually operate, because a lot of it has been coming out of John Erick's pocket. So we're really self-funded, but we just want to, you know, to continually make sure that, you know, we do have to pay for like the online panels with our subscriptions to the, you know, the technology that we use, and you know, we do pay for like, you know, gifts for our speakers and like postage, and you know, we want to start having our own email addresses. So you know, that's so that we continually operate, because you know, we also want to not just be an online group. We also want to make sure that we're also doing stuff in person when we're able to, with programming. And then as for the future, we're also going to be working on different projects. Like there's one is the Philippine American History Project that we're working on, because you know, that's the stories that you don't see in textbooks. So that was brought up by a member. So we want to put money behind that. We also want to support, because we're an all-inclusive group, support the LGBTQIA+ community. We actually just started that group yesterday. Oh, nice. So that could be it's a private group, but people are welcome to join. But we want to make sure that there's a safe space where they can connect, because you know, obviously, you know, there's stuff that happens when you know, you are of that community, and just for a way for people just to connect. so I mean, more plans are happening, more programming we want to do. There's a lot that we want to do, but obviously we can't do that without funding. So we'll be seeking donations soon, but for everything that we do. And we also want to support, you know, the organizations that are already existing, you know, like SIPA, the work that they do, Phil Arts, the work that they do, PWC, the Filipino Worker Center. So we want to support all of them because, you know, it affects everybody here in our community.
Of course. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff. I mean, that's awesome.
Well, I'm the vision guy, and John Erick keeps me straight. He's like, okay, we can't do that just yet. Which is why we work together. Like, I want to do this, I want to do that. This is what we're gonna do. But that's kind of like our relationship. So I'm like the vision, and like, this is what I want to see happen. And John's like, okay, let's see if we can really make it happen. If not, that might have to be something we have to wait for a year or two as we grow.
Yeah, I always say that our relationship, me and Jason, is like Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. You know, he's the Steve Jobs, I'm like the Wozniak. So I'm like, I'm the guy behind the scenes, kind of just working it, you know, working whatever his vision is.
Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Speaking of vision, what do you guys have planned as far as collaborations in a year or two from now that you guys are just like so excited, but you can like tell us a little bit of a preview, but not really?
Well,
right,
I mean,
it's okay.
No, I kind of gave you a preview of what we want to do. Like, you know, we're going to continually do our programming. But we would obviously, like, a dream is to have PhilCon, the Philippine American Convention, where we bring these panels to life, and, you know, bring these speakers and people, you know, could learn about these different topics. We also have, I mean, if you're familiar with our group, there's Tinda Tuesday and Tinda Thursdays, where businesses can post about their business. We'd love to do a live Tinda, which we are in the works, where, you know, we bring these businesses that are in the group and they actually could live sell. And, you know, continually supporting all these other events that are happening, you know, the Pinoytainment event that's happening at the Ford, FemFest, CosmoCon. So yeah, no, there's a lot that I want to do. That if it doesn't happen next year, it might happen in the next 2 to 3 years. So
oh my God,
I'm really excited for this because, again, like, we want to make sure that the programming and events that we do are meaningful to our community.
Got it. I think what I had in mind was more of like, what would be your ideal panel that you're gonna be having in like the next year or two? That's like,
well, I would love to interview the cast of Easter Sunday with Joe Coy and Joey.
Yes.
So I know Joey. I actually have his number. I could text him, but I'll wait to ask for that favor. And he's probably gonna watch this. It's like, you just said something you didn't ask it. Like, I'll text him.
You should bribe him with Chef Valerie's pastries, and then couple it with your cookies, and then say, "Hey, Joe."
Well, it's funny because, like, you know, we did that celebration of Chef Val on Monday at Yamashiro, and she had asked me to make the desserts for the event. So I had a section of the table that had my ube cookies, my ube mochi waffles. So yeah, no, it was there. Like, I know they can when he visits LA, because he's from Northern California.
Oh wow. That's so crazy. So for anyone who wants to join and increase the membership, where can they follow you? Where can they check you out?
John Erick, you want to take this? I've been, talking a lot.
Go for it.
Okay, so you can find us, So Cal Filipinos, on Facebook, or you can just type the website socalfilipinos.org. That'll bring you straight to the group. You can find us on Instagram at SoCal Filipinos. So everything SoCal Filipinos. We're on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, not on Twitter. Yeah. But
challenge, man.
we're practically on almost every social media platform.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being guests on this Zoom interview. I really appreciate it. I've been wanting to talk to you guys for the longest time. And it's great. So if you guys get a chance, follow So Cal Filipinos for the latest on the Filipino community and beyond. Thanks.
Thank you.